Hello, everybody. Can we sit down and we'll get underway with the next session? So good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for settling down and sitting down so we can get on with the next session. That session will be chaired by Adam Schwartz, who is a senior advisor at McKinsey & Company Asia. And Adam will be introducing his panelists in turn. So please sit down and we shall get underway. Thank you very much. Adam.
Set the tone, right? Yes, because otherwise I make a speech going this way.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Could we all begin to go back to our seats, please?
Let's give them 1 minute. How about right?
Yes. So I thought Rahmat will go first, and then Olaf and you will go third. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and then Bagita, the closer. I sent over a few notes yesterday. I sent over a few notes yesterday to you. Did you get those?
I put the great thing at that very high.
Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Adam Schwartz with McKinsey & Company, and I am honored to moderate our next panel of the afternoon, following the excellent speech by President Yudhoyono. We have a wonderful panel, not only because of the importance of the topic, but because of the wealth of experience and knowledge of our panelists. The topic of our panel is scaling up investment and regional cooperation to deliver green economy solutions. And I think we all know and we all recognize that to upgrade to the so-called next generation of sustainable economic growth will require an unprecedented level of investment and indeed an unprecedented level of cooperation and collaboration between government, the business community, and civil society organizations. It is a daunting task and an exciting one, but one with many, many challenges for all involved. We could hardly have asked for a better, more experienced and distinguished panel to take on the different elements of this challenge. I'd like to now introduce our panel, and then we can begin our session. We're going to begin the panel with Pak Rahmat Witolar, Indonesia's Special Envoy for Climate Change and the Executive Chairman of Indonesia's National Council on Climate Change. To my far right, and going second on our panel today, is Mr. Olaf Schorven, who is the Assistant Secretary General and Director of the Bureau of Development Policy at the United Nations Development Program. To my right is Pak Governor Teras Naran, the recently re-elected governor of Central Kalimantan Province, and the governor Kalimantan Tengah, and who is also the recently been selected as the pilot province of the Indonesia-Norway RED Plus partnership. And finally, who is not here, but I think who all of you probably know anyway, is Bagita Wirjawan, who is the chairman of the National Investment Coordinating Board, BKPM. He hopefully will join us without much further delay. So with that as introduction, let me just lay out a couple of 2 or 3 questions with which to frame our discussion today. The first one is, how can we increase investments in green economy solutions? We all recognize that a lot of investment is needed. What is it that's standing between that investment being spent and dispersed? Number two, what role should governments play in facilitating investments and creating incentives? How many incentives and what kinds of incentives are needed to promote the sort of investments that we all recognize are needed? And finally, how can we spur more regional and international cooperation, both in terms of technical and financial assistance and flows, to drive more investments in this sector? So with that as a few guiding principles, let me now ask Pak Rahmat if you would share with us your opening remarks.
Thank you, Adam. First of all, I'd like to congratulate the organizers of this conference for launching a very productive and very important event in Indonesia. And I'm proud that we are hosting this because I'm aware that the B4E has been around for a very long time. Adam has introduced me as the Special Envoy of Climate Change of the President. Of course, being such, you won't, it is not strange that I voice the same sentiments as the President because I'm his envoy anyway. I would like to delineate in more detail in that context and also put it in your context in the frame of your question, which is how can we promote the growth of the businesses? First of all, we all have heard, and I think it is a very logical paradigm that to work and to promote the growth of businesses, the importance is that the businesses are trusted to be present in any such country. And the President has expressly said that Indonesia has a political will to promote businesses that has environment in its mind. That is why Indonesia, besides of the three-pronged principles of growth, has added the environmental principle. Having said that, then it is very logical also that any of the businesses that deal in environmentally sound businesses will be supported by the country, and facilitations will be given to those who are in the business of environmentally sound businesses. And for that purpose, I think it is just another step that government regulations will also be more lenient to those who are in the friendly business. Maybe that is one of the statements I would like to put forward. And second is that also Indonesia, having been involved in the negotiations in the UNFCCC, we are aware that the world will look very kindly upon those businesses who are in charge of also pushing business-friendly, business-friendly techniques. I think the UNFCCC exists in place to put that and give a favor to the businesses that have that in mind. And for one of the questions, the second question that Adam has put forward is that it is only talking if we do not have sound examples. And in this respect, I would not take the words of Pak Nerang, who will explain for himself. But we are very proud that we are making headway into walking the talk. We propose to do things and we do the things, and the prime example is in Central Kalimantan, where Pak Nerang is governor. I think as we go on, we can go more deep into that. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you, Pak Rahmat. Let me now turn to Mr. Olaf Schorve.